Welcome to this budget forecast tutorial. On this one, we'll be covering actual costs. Actual costs are really just your invoices or costs that you've fully incurred, not just committed to incur. Really, that typically means the work's been done and you're being asked to pay for it. On the actual cost module, we have opportunities to enter in all sorts of information for you to keep track of these costs. Invoice date, vendor, invoice number, invoice amount. Payment date, if you leave this blank, it will simply show as unpaid. And if you wanted to come in and change an unpaid invoice to a paid invoice, you simply just add a date to it and hit save, and it will update for you. You can also tie an actual cost to a forecasted cost. This is handy because it allows you to track actual costs against commitments. Also, if you don't have a forecasted cost that you're going to tie that invoice against, you can just select the budget code. When you do that, your actual cost will show up here in your non-forecasted invoices column. It's just a handy way to track those invoices that actually have a commitment and those that don't. You can also enter a disbursement register number. Some other people call this a draw package. This would be for anybody who is aggregating invoices and submitting them for approval or for a loan draw, so that you can track which package each invoice is associated with. You'll see down here I have some examples: disbursement register 4, 6, 1, 1. If you are utilizing this, I want to point out that over here on the budget summary page, all of your invoices that are in draw packages prior to the most recent or the highest number will get summed here, and the highest number will get summed here. Your total costs will be shown here, which is the sum of both of those. If you don't have draw packages, you can simply ignore this, and all of your invoices will be available for you to see here in the total cost to date column. Retainage. If you're in construction industry and receiving a general contractor or other trade invoice, there's typically retainage withheld on that. So as I'm entering an invoice in, I can choose the percentage that I want to enter and have that withheld. When you do that, your amount of retainage will be shown here on the line item. The original total invoice amount is shown as well, and then the approved amount, which is simply the full invoice amount less the retainage amount. The approved amount are the only costs that will show over on your budget summary page. You can, of course, attach a PDF of the invoice for easy future reference, and add a description as well, adding some additional notes for yourself to remind yourself in the future. The one other handy thing I wanted to point out is that we link any of the forecasted costs, your commitments, change requests, approved changes, uncommitted costs, etc. here, so that if you want to jump over very quickly and see, well, what was that again? Oh, it's an approved change, you can do so. You can filter on any of your data. This comes in really handy when you're looking to put together a draw package or a disbursement register cover sheet. You can simply enter in the disbursement register numbers that you want to show, apply the filters, and then print a report with the information you want to show. There really isn't much else that we need to talk about here. What we've tried to do is create a page that has a lot of linked data and a lot of flexibility so that you can tailor how you use this page to your process rather than having to tailor your process to how this page works. Hope you check out all our other tutorials, and thanks for using Budget Forecast.